A long time ago, in a rooftop office in Pasadena, California, CommentForce was born. And now, 49 episodes later, we have finally arrived at CommentForce number 50. And it just so happens to magically tie in to the week leading up to the 1-year anniversary of Nintendo Switch on March 3rd. How serendipitous is that? What's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Gabe is here. We've got an epic week planned for you. It starts with this show, and we are going to sweeten the pot with 2 awesome surprises to kick things off. The first one, I am so pumped to finally reveal, and that is our absolutely epic 1 year of Nintendo Switch t-shirts and hoodie. These are so freaking cool. They commemorate the first 12 months of our favorite hybrid console, and they take each month, find the best game, and then put it into this lovely grid in a black and red t-shirt, a white and blue t-shirt, and a combo colored hoodie. The backs of the t-shirts say first year edition with Joy-Con brackets, and the hoodie has everything on the front for a more condensed design. Now, you'll notice that the color schemes are the color schemes from the launch day Neon Joy-Con set. And the hoodie is gray, for those of you who are feeling sad about those gray Joy-Cons. So we got a little bit of something for everybody. Love the design. They actually were made by the one and only Jake. You may remember him from the videos. He's still with us in spirit as he crushes it with this killer design. They'll be available for 2 weeks, the week leading up to March 3rd and the week after March 3rd. They are then gone for good. These are limited edition, first year of Switch edition shirts and hoodies. And for you loyal CommentForce followers, we've got a special coupon code in the description. The links are there. Check them out. Let us know what you think.
Yes, but the shirt isn't the only thing we have going on. Every once in a while, you guys mention, hey, a Discord server for SwitchForce would be very cool, and we have heard you. We now have one. The link is in the description for the Discord server. It also ties into the shirts a little bit because there is an even better coupon that you guys can go check out over there and get a little bit of extra coinage off of your preferred shirt or a hoodie. And it's going to be a good place for you guys to interact with each other, where you can keep up with what videos we upload, maybe even find some friends to play Mario Kart with online. We're going to have a voice server on there as well because the chat on Switch isn't the best. So yeah, come interact with us on Discord. You guys have been asking for it, and we finally have it.
Absolutely. So new sweet limited shirts, new Discord server, and that is just the beginning. The entire week will be filled with fun. Leading up to March 3rd, we get some really cool partnerships and some really cool content plans. So make sure to tune in every day this week. And I gotta say, these shirts, I got samples. The hoodies are ridiculously soft. They're Canvas brand, which I love. They are absolutely epic. That is my favorite. Gabe, I know you like the t-shirts. They are top tier material as well. It's probably our coolest design.
Yeah, I completely agree. I do like the little iconography. Is that what we're going to call it?
Yes.
Very, very cool stuff there.
Yes, yes, yes. And CommentForce 50 is about to be a cool one because we took your comments, your questions, your feedback, but also your memories. So let's get right into it with Gannon Jones Jr., who says, this special treat next week better be Jake or I'm ripping my eyes out. Oh, God, don't do it, Gannon. Don't do it. Look, I see the intensity in your eyes right now on your avatar. Please keep that intensity. Don't remove those eyes. We could not find the wild Jake for CommentForce 50.
There may or may not be a Jake appearance at some point. Sadly, it is not today. Hopefully, you still enjoy the show.
And keep your eyes?
Yeah, please keep your eyes.
I really don't want to have eyeballs on my conscience. So,
okay.
Gannon Jones Jr.,
I'm going to use my eyes, Zach, to read the next comment here. From Rachel Emma says, in regards to the 10 years of Switch or a new system, I would like a happy medium. I can see in a few years a new Switch coming out, or 2.0 as you said, but I would prefer that to a whole new console for one main reason. Nintendo is terrible for backwards compatibility. But imagine a Switch family like we've had with the 3DS. Now that's what I want. I want to build an incredible Switch library like I have for my DS, and I want to play Breath of the Wild in several years without having to juggle multiple consoles.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from, Rachel, and I think it's a good idea. A Switch family like we've had the DS. I don't know that we need as many iterations just because now you got, technically the 3DS is a full-on sequel, but if you add them all together, there's DS, DSi, DS Lite, 2DS, 2DS XL, 3DS, 3DS XL, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, like
Yeah.
too many. But I'm cool with like 2 Switchies.
Can we address this very quickly? Is Nintendo terrible with backwards compatibility? Like now, sure, but the Wii U was decent, right? You were able to play Wii games, and you had Virtual Console. I don't know.
Yeah,
I was just curious about that.
I think handheld, especially like every DS game, works on 3DS. So in that sense, they are very good. I don't think they're any worse or better than the competitors. In a lot of ways, I would say better. The Switch, yes, has 0 backwards compatibility because it's a completely different design. But maybe this also ties into Virtual Console.
Maybe.
In which case, I understand a little bit more. But yeah, I think building a big library for Switch would be super fun. As a weird collector, that is enticing and appealing to me. And I do hope this thing lasts for a long time so we can get to CommentForce 500.
God.
In the meantime, though, Du Bois Vivo has a best CommentForce moment. The first of the day. By the way, thanks so much for all the best moments. We'll get sentimental at the end. But for now, the best CF moment is when Zach and Jake had to coach Gabe about how to sign out at the end of videos. A member of the Fourth Edge pointed out how Gabe didn't seem enthusiastic at all while saying Switch Force out. He said Zach had the best signature. Jake came after and Gabe was way back because he looked like he wasn't even trying. And it was kind of true. That was hilarious. Love the show. Keep it up.
I feel like I show enthusiasm in different ways than you guys do. Because, yeah, anyone can just get loud and say, Switch Force out! Like, no, come on. I'm not doing that. I am enthusiastic.
I think you have gotten better.
Oh, I know I've gotten better. Forget the thing.
Oh.
I know I've gotten better. We've mixed it up a little bit, but I'm glad you liked that moment. Du Bois.
It's a fun moment.
Yeah. I will move us along to Sam Long, who says, Gabe summed up the third-party stuff pretty well. It takes time to make a game. Even a port has to go through a process before it's ready to go. And I would bet many developers are just now feeling comfortable enough to start the process. With the numbers that the Switch has sold in just its first year, third-party developers will not be ignoring it. Yeah, this is exactly how I feel.
Sam and Gabe, I will give you this, but you cannot use this excuse very much longer.
Wait, we got at least another year, dude. This excuse
Gabe,
is valid for another year.
It does not take companies 2 years to work on a port.
Well, sure. If we're talking ports
Xbox
only.
One and PS4 say like, oh, we don't have any third-party games for the first 2 years. Sucks to suck.
For the first year, though, like
first 2 years.
No, I said for the first 1 year. Sony.
I know. I'm giving you the fuse is feeling incredibly small at this point, but I'm giving you a little more time.
The only difference is, let's think PlayStation 4, right? Because that's a good example. PlayStation 3 wasn't a colossal failure the way the Wii U was. Like, there wasn't a third party that was completely apprehensive about
okay,
being
but the Wii was a colossal success, and the Wii U had the same problem.
No, because there was a ton of like ports. Like the launch for the Wii U had a million games. It had a lot. It had Assassin's Creed. It had Batman. It had Call of Duty. Like there was a lot there. Like right off the bat on Wii U, it didn't have the same problem whatsoever. The problem came later when
developed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just like here. Look, I saw a ton of comments about this. So I wanted to make sure it was included. Like saying like, oh, Nintendo's different and I get it. I just don't think that it does us as fans or them as a company any good to just keep saying that they're different, they're different, they're different. I think the best thing about Switch is that it is being treated like a comparable console. And I think trying to isolate and box in and say it's different is what they did with the Wii U. And I don't think that is what we want to do with Switch at all.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you mean. But again, I do feel like they have more time.
So I don't know what they're. I mean, yes, games take more than 2 years, but you're telling me Nintendo didn't plan ahead for any of this? That they're just like, oh, once the Switch launched, then people started?
Of course they did. That's why we're getting all the indie games in the world.
All right. So at E3, this excuse vanishes. If after E3 2018, nothing on the third-party front, I don't think this can continue.
I feel we are going to have an onslaught of third-party games coming.
That would be lovely. Now, Evil Paradigm brings up another point that I saw frequently referenced, which is that, hey, it's fine that there's not that many games because you can't tell me you've played all the good indie and AAA games to Switch. There isn't enough time. If you do have time, you don't have a job and should stop complaining. And we saw similar threads of like, adding up their game time. And if you look at how long you can play Splatoon, to me, that's like a non-argument. Like, I get it, but just because you can't play everything doesn't mean there shouldn't be more choice. It's not like, oh, there should only be enough movies that you have time to watch in a year. Like, choice is paramount to any form of media.
Yeah, and to me, I think the issue I would have with this comment, although I think it is a great comment, is that people are very turned off by a certain type of game on Switch, right? Golf Story, Stardew Valley, things like that. All these like little like pixelated over like older looking games. People are tired of them, and they're still great games. I'm not trying to take away from Golf Story or Stardew Valley or even things like SteamWorld Dig. They're fantastic, but people want bigger, more meaty experiences on Switch, and we're not getting them right now. I think Bayonetta is the first thing to provide that this year, and hopefully people are having a good time with that. But these small indie games is what people are getting tired of. Whenever we do make videos about upcoming games, and it's like side-scrolling games, people just automatically just, they're not having it anymore.
And again, like, I get it. There is not enough time to play. I haven't played all the games. If I wanted to, I could definitely dig through the eShop and find something fun to play. But again, like, these are excuses to me that I don't want to see be made for the Switch. I don't want to see people say, well, okay, the reason that there's not, like, it's fine there's not a lot of games. We can play them anyways. It's fine third parties aren't, like, no one would say that about the other consoles. And I guess as someone who really loves Nintendo and really wants to see them continue their success streak, I think it's silly to try and dull up this in a way that lets it off the hook. I feel like, yeah, the Switch is great. There's plenty to play. I would never say there's nothing to play, but I absolutely think that just because there is enough, quote unquote, to play to fill hours. Imagine if they did that with books. So Barnes & Noble only has 24 books because you can only read 2 a month.
Yeah,
like, come on.
I don't even think that's a fair example. I'm not going to get into that, but yeah, I see what this person means.
I don't like trying to act like Nintendo is different to me personally.
Wait, hold on. Nintendo makes it a point to constantly say they're different, so you can't blame us or the audience, anyone, for reinforcing that.
I think that they are very much trying to be far more normal this time around.
That's not what Nintendo says, but okay.
I mean, they're going to be offering a paid online. They are trying to pump out far more games. They are trying to offer a variety of genres and a variety of ratings. They are definitely speaking in a way that the Switch is a gamer's console. They did not go with some crazy, Good Morning America gimmick. They went with something that was much more gamer-centric. Like, they very much are trying to, I feel, break out of the little niche that they established with Wii U.
I mean, I agree, but when you have Reggie in interviews as recent as like a couple of months ago saying that what makes Nintendo special is that they do things different, it's hard not to point out that they're different. But
yeah, that's fine game development wise or even process wise, but to say like, oh, they're just like, it makes them unique that they don't have a lot of games. Like, okay, that's what I'm trying to hit at here. I don't think we should take negatives and spin them into Nintendo's specials.
Sure. Okay, but that's enough talking about that topic because we can go about that for like days. We'll move on.
So Forlorn says,
"Oh, you're taking 2 in a row. Go ahead, do your thing, boo."
No, I thought it was me, right?
No.
Oh, okay, go for it. We always have to. So that's what makes CommentForce special. An awkward, indecisive moment about what the order of the comment reading is.
So Forlorn says, here's something I don't think anyone has really talked about before. When Labo hits stores, where and how will it be sold? Take Walmart, for example. They have a movie/game section separate from the toy section. Where will Labo go? Will Walmart make accommodations for it next to Nintendo Game Case? Or will they throw it in the toy section? I don't know. Just something to think about. I fully think that this is going to be in the video game section.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I think you look at Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Tony Hawk Ride, and you see that they took physical products or toy-type products, accessories, that all was in the game section.
Yeah. So, yes, we agree. Now you
game
can go.
Section. All right, now I can go. Jono Daz says, nice top 5 list, guys, of franchises you want to see on Switch. We definitely got to see F-Zero, Golden Sun, Eternal Darkness, Star Fox Adventures, Punch-Out, and Fatal Frame coming back or returning. Fourth Edge out. Shout out to the Fourth Edge.
Whoa. What is this? Is this
also
CommentForce 20?
F-Zero was the most mentioned game in that video, and I don't think F-Zero ever returns.
I don't think so either. There's no reason for it to, right?
I think Mario Kart has captured so much of that space, and we're seeing so many indie games sort of iterate on that idea of like fast-paced race, fast RMX. There's upcoming Trailblazers. I mean, even in the way that Mario Kart includes like Big Blue and some of the elements, to me, like, I know there's a lot of love for F-Zero, but personally, I would think Diddy Kong Racing appears before F-Zero.
Yeah, I can see that. And F-Zero's just been gone like for so long that I don't foresee it happening.
Put the GameCube game on Virtual Console though. I'm down for that.
There you go. Jaguar is Leet says, I have love.
Whoa, hold on. You're not going to talk about Star Fox Adventures?
No.
I wanted to ask how you felt about Star Fox Adventures.
I don't feel about Star Fox Adventures, honestly.
That's the only game I've ever returned to a store because I thought the game was broken. There was like some glitch where Star Fox kept falling in this pit, and I legit thought the game was broken, so I returned it to GameStop and was like, I need a new one. It's busted, and they did.
And was the new one better?
I don't know if I just avoided the glitch or what, but I didn't have the problem again. Of your list, I would be most excited for Golden Sun and Punch-Out. Personally, I have not a whole lot of desire to see Star Fox again.
I would be most excited for Golden Sun and Eternal Darkness. So
Eternal Darkness would be cool.
Yeah, that's where I fall with that. But that is a good list, though. Sorry we missed some of those, but we wanted to keep it to 5.
Yes.
Now, Jaguar's Leet says, I have loved the Office references throughout the series.
Gabe, you got a lot of props for that.
I do consciously try to do it. It's hard sometimes. That's what she said, to sprinkle them in. I did that one on purpose. It is difficult to sprinkle them in sometimes, but I'm trying to make it a point to do it. I know people.
Well, there you go. You got it again. CF50 check mark on the Office reference. That Nintendo Guy Gaming has a glorious memory and says Gabe's irrational Toad hate is my favorite moment and moments.
Yes. I like this comment because there was other comments that said Gabe's irrational fear of Toad. I do not have a fear of Toad. I want to kick Toad. I do not fear him. I do hate him.
It is irrational, though.
Yeah. Irrational is not the issue I have with it. It is irrational. But I don't know why I don't like Toad, but yeah.
Do you want to make peace with Toad for CF50?
Nah. Maybe for CF5000.
Wonderful. All right. We took some from Twitter as well, just because we've built up quite a community there and wanted to acknowledge those people who had memories of their own for this CF50. So, Gabe, kick us off with the first.
Charlie, at Charlie the Spaz, you can go ahead and follow him if you want. Also follow us at the Switchforce, says, I'd say when I first stumbled across Switchforce, I was at my cottage, and it was raining, so I had nothing to do but play Switch and watch YouTube. That day, I watched hours of CommentForce. I also like it when you guys read my comment that one time. Ha ha ha! Well, we're reading it again. Hopefully you like this.
And I like that. I just like this image of this man in this cottage, Charlie in his cottage, raining, just watching freaking hours of CommentForce. Just a beautiful image. For all we know, Charlie is 90 years old in his cottage. That's how I picture you, Charlie. I'm sorry. You're probably I don't know. You might be
We do have some older
19.
people that watch us. We know that for a fact. So
shout out to all of our geriatrics. You guys and girls are the bee's knees. El Comanche says, really enjoy your stuff. You guys have been killing it since the Switch launched. Here's a question for each of you.
A question?
Dude, that was my mom in a cottage moment. Son, can I ask you a question? That's how I picture Angela from The Office talking to her children. Excuse me, don't ask a question out of turn. For each of you, name 2 retro games from any past system that you would love to see come to the Switch as an eShop release. Notice he doesn't say Virtual Console because what the heck is that? Thanks again, guys, for all the awesome work you do. 2, Gabe, give them to me.
All right. 1, I mentioned this game a lot. Not a lot of people know about it or care about it, but I did see it mentioned on Twitter, not for Switch Force, just randomly. Secret of Evermore on the Super Nintendo. That is a game that I really like. You are a man and a dog. It's an action RPG. It's really fun. I don't want to get into it too much, but that's absolutely one of them. The other one, I would probably go, and I don't even remember if this game is good or not, but I have super fond memories of playing the Spider-Man game on Super Nintendo, Maximum Carnage. Like, that game I want to play again just to know if it's good or not, because in my mind it is, but I haven't played it in so long now that I have no idea.
I got one like that, too. It's going to be Felix the Cat on NES. I love that game. Me and my dad just tried to grind it out and beat it before school, and we did once. I think I lost the final boss, though. So I don't know that I've ever actually fully beaten the game. It had crazy boss fights, cool mechanics. At the time, it was my favorite game. I'd love to have a chance to play it again. And then the other is Mario Strikers, whether it's the Wii iteration or the GameCube. That game is just a champion. So bring that one.
Can we give a shout out to something that I know is near and dear to Zach's heart? The old like Disney games that they used to put on Super Nintendo, like The Lion King, Aladdin, those were also really good. I mean, that will never happen now just because rights and stuff, but I would love to play those again someday.
Little Mermaid on NES is the first video game I ever beat.
There you go. You're a real gamer's gamer. Omri Hesberg says, do you think Nintendo planned Labo all the way from the Switch announcement?
This is a really interesting question.
Is it?
To me, it is, because it's like, was the Labo concept actualized pre-Switch and they just found a way to fit it into the Switch? Or was it something that because of the Switch, they wanted to find a unique way to appeal to kids via the system?
I have absolutely no way to back this up. But I think it was kind of like made like in unison. Like I think it was just by completely different people. I think once the R&D for the Switch finished and it was set in stone that hey, the Switch is what it's going to be. I think another team just like went and like started messing around with stuff, and this is what happened. I think it happened right around the same time, honestly.
I think that's probably about as spot on as we could guess. To me, Labo. Remember, Wii U and Switch are more similar than you think, and in I guess a broader stroke, this whole motion IR thing began well before that. So I absolutely think Labo was designed independently, and I think it now just found a home and comes to the more ideal fruition with Switch. I'm sure it was obviously tweaked and tailored to the Switch, but yes, I believe these are different teams. Who knows when the idea was originated, which technically came first, but I do not think this is something that was birthed because of the Switch or after the Switch, personally.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the next one. Destroyer Bros says, if you had a guess, when do you think we will get the following if we get them? And we're going to give a specific month, Gabe. Virtual Console, themes, apps like Netflix.
Okay. Virtual Console, wait, a month?
Yeah, a month of the year.
Virtual Console, September.
Mm-hmm.
Themes, July. I don't know. Apps like Netflix, July. I don't.
I'm going to say Virtual Console, June. I think it's an E3 drop, a fan service moment. And then I'm going to say themes and apps in September at the launch of the online.
Okay. Makes sense.
Boom.
All right. H2O, Walter Dutch says, What are both of you into outside of video games?
Basketball is a common thread for both of us.
Yeah, I love beating Zachary at basketball. I do it every time we play.
A lot of sports, a lot of watching of sports, and following stuff in general, following the world, following politics, following gaming, keeping up to date with that. I spend a lot of time with my family. I definitely spend a lot of time thinking, pondering, worrying. Are you into worrying?
Zach and I are actually like pretty similar. in a lot
but
of
also
ways.
not similar at all.
Yeah, well, we're similar in our actions, just not in the fine detail. Like we both like movies and film a lot.
I love movies.
Yeah, so we both do that a lot. We like very different movies, but we both do enjoy movies.
Rap music?
Yeah, well, also very different type of rap music, but we do both like rap music a lot. I think I read a little bit more than Zach, so I do spend a good portion of my time reading. Other than that,
I'm really into Disney.
yeah, you are.
I'm really into clothes and shoes.
Recently, and I'll say this, Zach, we were not going to get into detail, but recently I'm really into socializing and meeting new people.
There you go. That's good. I mean, I think, like, the cool thing is that video games have always been a huge part of my life, even before YouTube. Podcasts, magazines, articles, waiting for launches, all that stuff is something that was a natural part of my daily life well before SwitchForce, YouTube, any of that. So, yeah, cool. Brody Shea says, the Switch unboxing video is still a classic in my book. It really marked the beginning of such an amazing journey. That was a glorious moment and a glorious night when we were here in this office right here. And we came home with 3 Switches and 3 copies of Breath of the Wild and the collector's edition, the Pro controllers, and just finally, okay, because obviously SwitchForce existed for about 3-4 months before the Switch came out, but finally, okay, it's go time now. That was epic.
Is he referring to the race that
yes.
Jake and I had? Yeah, that was fun. I've gone back and seen that a couple of times since then. It was funny.
Yeah, and just to get a little more memory lane-ish, I had the Switch 2 weeks before launch, and I was in California, so Gabe and Jake were just they just had to ask me all sorts of questions, and I was posting the dumbest videos of here's the first time unboxing this, and here's the first time doing this, and I was at O'Hare Airport. It was a red-eye flight from somewhere. I was at some event. I was red-eye flying into Indiana to work with you guys, and the eShop went live, and I was sitting in the airport, and I was tethered to my phone downloading snipper clips.
Yeah. I remember that.
God, those are the days. I mean, that's why I love new consoles. I get chills just thinking about it, just because it was so exciting. Mm-hmm. Good callback, Brody. Thank you.
Barley 17, Barley. I don't know.
AKA Golem.
Yes. Okay. My favorite memories would be the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament you guys did. Would love to be involved in more of them in the future. Awesome channel, guys. Keep up the good work.
That was really fun.
Yeah. We dropped the ball on that. I wish we did stream more often, and we're gonna try to. It's just it's been a difficult few months.
I think the other thing is, look at the last. I mean, Fire Emblem Warriors, Super Mario Odyssey, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Bayonetta 1+2. And there's not a whole lot of multiplayer stuff happening right now.
Yeah, but we can always just go back to Mario Kart, though. Mario Kart is
for sure
evergreen in that way.
For sure. We absolutely can. I'm really, really hoping that we get that Smash, because that will be really fun to battle it out with you guys. You can count on that once it happens sometime this year, hopefully. Fingers all the way crossed.
This is a good name here.
Unknown says, what are each of your guys' favorite moments on the channel since your first video? And did things go as expected for the channel, or was it better or worse than you thought it would be in terms of the community, quality, amount of videos? I hope I can be on CommentForce. Well, ding, 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 you win.
Wait, how candid can we be here? I'm joking. I'm going to be pretty candid, actually.
You can be pretty candid.
All right, I will be. Overall, I'm happy with where SwitchForce has gone. In terms of the community, that's where my issue lies. I don't necessarily have an issue with the community, but some of the things have been taken to a ridiculous place, in my opinion. The Mario fiasco was a good example of that. Things like that, like the clickbait thing, when we're really not clickbaiting, it's become a little bit not hard to deal with. Isn't I can't take it. It's just hard to deal with. Where at this point, it's just eh.
And then let's clarify. Not the community, but rather the obstinate few that continue to find the videos and nitpick.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the only thing, because I love SwitchForce. I work on it every single day. I'm very happy with where we are. The growth is good. And it honestly exceeded my expectations. When we first started, I didn't think that we would be close to 200,000 subs this quickly. Like, it's been about a year, or just over a year at this point, I guess. And we're about to hit 200,000 subs. That's, like, really, really good. I'm very, very happy with that. Like Zach says, just some days it's difficult to deal with the small number of people that it is, but, you know, you guys are around an awful lot. Other than that, though, I think we're improving, even the quality of videos. We're doing like a more on-camera stuff like we promised. That we're slowly trying to get better at that, and even just small improvements to like the reviews, where we're giving like scores, or with the rumor thing, talking about like the likelihood of it happening. We're trying to evolve a little bit, I feel like. How do you feel, Zach?
Oh, I think it has gone exceptionally well. I love the community. I share the same, like, look, we're human. It's going to be annoying when there's a select few that choose to consistently harp on creating this stir that, oh, clickbait or whatever, when we absolutely do not, and we've absolutely gone above and beyond to stamp that out. But overall, and in my mind, when I think about it, I think the community is fantastic. I love the positivity. I love the camaraderie. I love that we have regulars. I love that we recognize your names and your icons. I love that we have so many comments on every video. I love that there's so much interaction. There's a desire for a Discord, and there's a desire to play together, and there's a desire for shirts, and there's a desire for all that stuff. I think that's just so freaking cool. Yeah, like, to me, being where it's at after just a little over a year, faster growing than my first channel, which I thought was insanely quickly, rapidly growing. So that's phenomenal. Favorite moments? To me, I think when I got to go cover the Switch launch event, I was really worried that given our small size, I would not get to do that. That was absolutely a dream come true to get to be part of a Nintendo console launch. I never had got to do that before, so that was amazing. CommentForce for me is a highlight every week, getting to read your comments and chat about stuff and have things be, that community camaraderie I love. I think absolutely was also a highlight when we got to, first play a number of the top titles. So whether it was like first moments with Splatoon 2, first moments with Super Mario Odyssey, first moments with Celeste, those were really great. And I think in general, just like, as simple as it sounds, like finding like a new piece of news and then like quickly texting Gabe and then like quickly like checking all the details on Twitter and then like quickly getting to the video, like that is exciting to me and exhilarating. And I love just being so immersed in every granular detail because like, I know I'm going on and on here, but I love Nintendo. I've loved them from the start. They're my favorite company probably in the world, probably across anything. And I always wanted to include more of that content in my channel, and it just never really worked. It never really happened. I never could really whatever. And so my dream was like, hey, whether it's like a website or a channel or what, getting to like do Nintendo stuff every day. And then we made it happen, and we actualized it. And thanks to all you guys and girls, it's now my daily routine to cover, talk, play, enjoy, experience, get excited about Nintendo. And I think we've got so many more awesome moments. Like Gabe mentioned, the videos are getting better and better. We're looking to put more and more effort in. We have a really cool idea that's kicking off later this week that I think, I don't want to say it's a game changer, but it's not something I see anywhere else. So I think that's going to be really cool. We're building sets. We're doing a lot. So like, we're not content with where we're at. We're looking to grow. We're looking to improve. We're looking to bring you guys the best content we possibly can. And I think given that this year has the potential to be huge for Switch with Smash, with maybe Pokemon, at the very least with Kirby and Yoshi and Fire Emblem and things of that sort, third parties, it's going to be a really cool time, and I hope that we just double the amount of awesome memories and the amount of awesome community interaction. I think that's a good highlight as well. Like, community has been a focus from the start, and we definitely have tried to, with like the response videos, like our 7 regrets on Switch, your 7 regrets, CommentForce. Like, there's always been an effort to involve and include all of you, and that's something that we will stay true to, and something that we are only going to expand upon as we move beyond the first year of Switch.
Yeah, and I'll be very quick with one of my favorite moments, just because Zach covered a lot of it so well. and this is just like a me personal thing, but when I got to go play Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle, because I was like the most excited for the game out of all of us. So I was the one that went, and when I played that for the first time, and I knew that it was going to be like a hit, like not necessarily like a commercial hit, even though I do think it did well. Like, just like, I knew that you were going to like it. I knew that the Nintendo loyal were going to like it. And having to be, like, one of the first people that got to play that and, like, know for a fact, like, hey, they didn't mess this up, that was really cool. I got to, like, talk to Davide. I got to point a gun at Davide. Not a real gun, obviously. But
bad timing.
Yeah, so, like, and Davide's, like, so nice. I got to interview, like, one of the developers. Like, it was a really cool experience. And I've done that for, like, other games in the past, but to do that for that particular game, I think was really cool. But we can move on now. Anthony Ham says, with the Switch's 1 year mark being close, did it meet your expectations since launch? With the game lineup at launch and post-launch, the huge amount of third-party support in the first year alone, etc., hardware, and more.
Now, we are going to give a full memory lane recap thing later this week, but just briefly, I think it has thus far exceeded tremendously. I think we are at a defining point in the system where the first year was so darn good and the second year has a chance to be even better. What they do at E3 to me is going to be a real... Look, I don't think the Switch is failing. I think the Switch is going to be a resounding success regardless, but I think E3 or any direct they have before then is a chance to either establish this as a great system or legendary, because that first year, I think when we look back, it's going to be one of the best first years ever for any system. And I think that, yes, that's hard to replicate, but they are in the strange position where they can replicate it. And I just want to see if they're up to that.
I feel like they are up to the task. Like I said earlier in the video, I think that there is a ton of third-party stuff coming. I think even first-party has some surprises that we don't know about quite yet. So I'm excited. E3 is going to be a very good time.
Absolutely. Gruffy D. Jones says, I'm really happy for you guys. I remember watching your first proper video, and I knew that you guys were passionate about the Switch even before you guys knew how successful it would be. What I'm saying is that you guys are some of the best Nintendo YouTubers out there. Thank you. That's a really sweet comment.
Yeah, very, 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 very sweet. And
we did start before the Switch came out, and we didn't even... When we had the idea for Switch Force, it was when it was NX. And we didn't know what it was.
Yeah, we didn't have a name.
And obviously,
we didn't have a name, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, for all we know, we could be here right now covering like another Wii U flop.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the channel, right? Like, we're growing with, I mean, not that Nintendo's growing necessarily, but Nintendo is becoming a darling again, where it wasn't for a little while.
Yeah.
Unoriginal Valol says, never been on CommentForce before. I hope this makes it to one of the most monument. Oh God, I love watching CommentForce since episode 5, and picking a favorite moment is impossible. But but the Has Been Gabe era when Jake was there was great. R.I.P. Jake. Like many, I got confused with Jake and Gabe too.
I don't know how that's a thing. Maybe it's just 'cause I know you guys so well, but like the idea of like. How confusing you is so weird, but Has Been Gabe is definitely a great era.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while. I did it maybe a month or so ago in one of the handheld videos, just for no reason whatsoever. But yeah, Has Been Gabe is generally R.I.P. like Jake, although Jake is very much alive.
Yeah, please don't say that. That's my brother. Sol Galeo Gaming says, what will happen to the channel when support for the Switch ends? Will you just rename the channel or leave it to rot and make a new one? I only mention this because this has been like one of the most common questions throughout the entirety of the year.
Can we be honest and say that like, we don't know? Like we're not.
I mean, here's what I will say. Kimishima says that the console may last 7 to 10 years, so I don't think we have to. Can I say this?
Go ahead.
I think YouTube screws itself up before the Switch is over.
Oh man, if you guys only knew. Yeah, Zach has his own thoughts. I have my own thoughts. We have never had a conversation about what happens, and honestly, I don't think it matters. Like, that's not
like I don't think it's I don't think it's anything to worry about. I honestly think either YouTube will screw up before then, or and okay, I'll say this. No, by the end of the Switch life cycle, when we have like fingers crossed, 1 million subscribers, we're not going to just leave it to rot. It'll just continue as be a Nintendo channel that covers whatever the next thing is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would think. But again, these are not conversations that Zach and I have had because they're so far removed. Like, the Switch is just starting.
Yeah.
Hades, the Death God, okay, great name. If the Switch didn't exist, what platform would you likely spend most of your time on? This is an easy one for me. And Zach hates my answer.
PC.
Yeah, I already spend most of my time on PC. Switch is the console I play on the most, like hands down. But I play way more on PC just because that's where my friends play. Like we have a Discord server where we get together, not every night, but a few times a week, and we play things and we have a good time. So PC for me.
PS4, hands down. I love that system a lot. I think it has a fantastic lineup, especially this year. And if I'm not getting a game on Switch, I'm getting it on PS4. So that's it for me. Trent Welch says, shout out to Adele.
Oh, I got scared for a second.
This is Lana.
I got scared. I said, what? Trent Welch changed his icon, but this is on Twitter. Okay, that's why. All right.
Yeah. What is your favorite video you have made?
Do you have one? I have a couple. I have a couple answers. You want me to do one, then you do one, then I'll do one?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I think the best looking video I've ever made was either the Celeste handheld or the Escapist 2 handheld. I feel like I did a really good job with those. Like just actual like filming. It was to the point where like somebody said like was wondering if I replaced the on-screen like footage with like actual just like gameplay. I'm like, no, like that's just like what it looks like. So I think that's like visually the best thing I've made. I also like a couple of the on-camera videos I've made. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm like so like bumbling with my words, like I've said this to Zach before, and we're giving a lot of peeks behind the curtain during this episode. But I have told Zach that I wish I could make one person out of both of us, because I feel like I film things better than him, but he's way better at being on camera than I am. So if we could like mix us up and make one person, I feel that would be great. But yeah, what's one of yours, Zach?
I really, really, and unfortunately this doesn't include you, Gabe, but I really enjoyed the Overcooked video me and Jake made because we genuinely were like laughing hysterical. And that's just like a super fun moment. I also really like the week recaps we've been doing. I think those are very cool and cute. I also like the arms battles we had.
Those were really fun.
I don't think like they were like the greatest videos or anything. But they were really cool. And
before you say the last one, let me say these. And
yeah,
people give us criticism about them all the time, but our first Snipper Clips videos did super well for us, just like views wise. And on top of that, they were really fun, but we get criticized them for like an awful lot.
Okay, I got two more. One, CommentForce is always fun. Always. So every CommentForce. Two, the perfect year video I made. No, dude, no.
I love the jail
Switch
video.
in prison, switch on an airplane. If you haven't seen those videos, go watch them right now. Switch in bed. Come on, man. That's the trio right there. Those are the best.
I forgot we had a trilogy of Zach doing weird things with the Switch.
Switch on an airplane, switch in prison, and switch in bed. Woo!
You're like, all right. You're the Christopher Nolan of Switch Force, apparently.
Yeah, man. All right, a couple more here.
All right. Maddie Moo 2 says, what games do you guys see being at E3 for Nintendo, and which one would you be most excited for? Smash, I think, is a very strong possibility. I think Pikmin is a very strong possibility. I don't think Pokemon...
Which one would you be most excited for?
Smash.
I think Smash will be at E3. I would love it if Pikmin will be at E3. I feel like Pokemon will be at E3.
I don't.
For me, the game I'd be most excited for at E3...
If this is a new Smash, like, I think
for me, it really would probably be Pikmin 4.
Really?
I love Pikmin 3 so much. Because, like, I know what Smash Bros. Plays like, and I know this one isn't going to be, like, some, like, revolutionary thing. And I know what, like, I personally, if you want to, like, put me like on the line. I don't think Pokemon Switch is that much different than Pokemon 3DS, so I would be pumped to see it, but I would be most excited to go play Pikmin 4.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Pikmin 4 is going to have like different, like it's going to be more of a full-on sequel because Smash, like, yeah, they're like different from each other, but they play like Smash. So, yeah.
I mean, honestly, most excited, a new IP, something brand new that we can't even conceive.
Labo, what up?
I don't think Labo's at E3.
No, I know. I'm just saying a new IP, like that's what they did.
Yeah. Ilul, I'm so sorry, but your comment is great. Hey guys, love your work and your videos. Here is my question: what could make ARMS 2 a smash hit? He says also, what about some Lego Labo? Well-known franchise Lego building, LegoCon. Regards from France. I don't think Nintendo will partner with Lego, but that would be cool. I like this idea. Gabe, what is like one or two things you think would make ARMS 2 a much bigger hit amongst the community and amongst consumers?
I think more like lore because there's a lot of cool little things as far as like just details in the environments and things like that. So maybe lore, a story mode of some kind. Maybe do away with some of the lesser liked modes, such as the volleyball one. I don't know if that many people like that one, things like that. So get away from those things. A bigger roster. Maybe some like 2-on-2 battles where you can like switch out characters. I don't know how much you can improve ARMS 2. I don't know if ARMS 2 ever exists, honestly.
Yeah, I worry that it doesn't. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the things that would make it a smash hit would be things that take away from what ARMS is. I think mainstreamifying ARMS 2 would make it a smash hit, but I think that would mean the removal of some features and some mechanics that currently make it a little bit of an oddball and a little bit of a hardcore-focused game. I do think story would be great and a nice inclusion to expand upon the content and make it seem like a more fleshed out package. I don't know that the fighting style can be mainstream, though.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see it. Like, and maybe you make the argument that, wow, Splatoon is really weird, and that became very mainstream, so ARMS could. But I think that at the end of the day, Splatoon is still a shooter. And ARMS is a body part controlling fighter, which is not like anything else. Again, I think to make ARMS 2 a smash hit, unfortunately, you have to take away some of the ARMS-ness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, we're to the final comment of CommentForce 50, and it is going to lead to a lovely little story.
Jerry the Alf says, you know, Zach and Gabe, you guys said in CommentForce 5 that you would tell the story on how you met. Still waiting. We've told that story, though.
I don't think we have.
Oh. Sorry, guys. It's not that exciting.
Well, I will tell it anyways.
Go ahead.
A long time ago in a far-off place.
Twitter.
This is like, what year is it? I'm going to look up because I can figure out exactly what year it was.
Yeah, because I remember what game it was.
So it was probably about like April 2014. Mm-hmm. And I was desperate for a Nintendo contact. I didn't have any relationship with Nintendo at the time. And I was like, I gotta play Mario Kart because I saw, ironically, GameXplain playing Mario Kart 8. And I was like, I really want to play this. And out of the blue, this happy man from Texas with a mustache and a baseball cap comes with the knowledge to help connect me with Nintendo, get me Mario Kart 8. I don't know what happened after that. I think you just kind of helped me with a couple of other contacts, and then you just like worked your way into my friend core. And then we did a podcast.
Yeah.
And then we did cooperative videos. And then I sent you places.
Yeah.
Like as a representative, not I was like, hey Gabe, let me pay for you to go to Hawaii. More
Wait.
like, hey, I can't make this event. Want to go for me? And then like by the time Switchforce happened, we already were like very, very good friends. So it wasn't like, hey, maybe we could work on this together. It was like, okay, if we're gonna do Switchforce, this is who it's gonna be.
Yeah. The thing I'll say about Zach and I, and Zach can attest to this, because we butt heads a lot, and people have noticed it, right? But it's never like in the like way that you guys think. Like we've had comments on CommentForce that say that they legit think that we hate each other. We don't. I think Zach and I both have a lot of love for each other. We speak every single day, even at like, it's rare that we don't upload on Switchforce. But like, let's say Switchforce just stopped existing today. I don't think Zach and I are going to stop talking. I don't think that's happening.
No.
We're incredibly close, and yeah, I mean, I wish there was a more exciting like story to how we met, right? But yeah, like I had seen Zach's videos before because I used to run my own YouTube channel, and at that time I was just like doing really well, and I saw Zach tweet something about a Nintendo thing, and I didn't like know someone at Nintendo, but I had contact with somebody at Nintendo, and I said, "Here, I have this contact. Go ahead and reach out." And here's the thing I'll point out: that is totally against YouTube rules. If you have a contact, you don't go share it with someone who does the exact same thing that you do.
Gabe was a mischievous little Mexican. Yeah. No, but like honestly, the time period between that moment of Mario Kart and then the moment where we're doing Can't Stop Playing, like that is very blurry to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. And if you're wondering, Can't Stop Playing was a podcast I ran on my other channel with Gabe. And we had guests and we had a third co-host and whatever. It wasn't Jake. But that whole thing, like I can't figure out what happened in between. I'm guessing we like played some games together, or because Can't Stop Playing was February 27th, 2015. So there's a good 10 months where we must have just been like getting to know each other. Maybe we did some videos together. I realized Gabe knew a lot about gaming. He's very smart, unlike a lot of other YouTubers. Like he had his stuff together and he's very professional and carried himself well and was kind and caring, and we got along. So yeah, I mean, Switchforce is legit, as weird as that is, like 4 years into our friendship. 3 years into our friendship, I guess.
Yeah.
We will be friends longer than the Switch forever.
Zach, what happens when you and I stop becoming friends? What happens to the channel then?
Oh yeah, that's a really good question. What becomes a Switchforce? Well, auditions then.
Yep.
But we don't need any auditions this week because it is an amazing anniversary for the Switch. 50 episodes in the bag, almost 1 year of Switch in the bag. Like I said, stay tuned. We got great stuff coming this week, including some real cool stuff as we work our way till next week. And let us know about the shirts, what you think. Get that coupon code in the description. Get the better coupon over on Discord. Make sure to hit those up. Let's, just because it's a thing we do, let's wrap the show with a little bit of advice.
I got you. I got a little bit of a two-parter today. Maybe it's even two separate pieces of advice. One, just because of CommentForce, right? If you have an idea, because at some point Switchforce was just an idea that we talked about. Mm-hmm. Try doing it. You never know how we could turn out. We've been lucky that it's gone very well for us. It has changed my life in immeasurable ways. I'm able to do things that I would have never been able to do if it wasn't for Switchforce, excuse me. So, yeah, if you're sitting around talking with your friends and you guys think of something like saying, like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? And it's positive. It's not something crazy.
Yeah, please don't crazy.
Yeah, then, by all means, go out and do it and give it a try, and you never know. The results might surprise you. The other thing, this is completely separate. Just be more open to meeting new people. You never know how new people in your life can have significant impact on your day-to-day. So I'll give those two. I got two this week because you had two last week.
I think that's good. I'm going to give you one that has been really relevant to me lately, and that is be a fighter. And I don't mean like go punch someone. I mean,
my bruise is so hurt.
Do not give up. Find something to focus on. Whether you're drawing from a positive experience, like, oh, I have this big goal, or even if you're drawing from a negative, like, hey, this really hurt me in my past, I don't want to let it happen again. Find something to latch onto and let that drive you. It may sound cheesy, it may sound dumb, but I've been watching a lot of motivational videos on YouTube, and there's just like one thing that stuck with me is like, this is an era of trying. People try to be successful. They try to be good people. They try to get a job. They try to do well in school. They try to be a good boyfriend or girlfriend. Just do it. And that has helped me a lot lately. Like when I'm tired, I'm like, you know what? I don't want to go to the gym. You know what? I don't want to put work in. You know what? I'm frustrated. And then I say no. Like the quitter, the trier, that's the person that would give in. And the person I want to be is a fighter who pushes through and makes stuff happen and always try to be the person that I want to be. And I think that if you can find something to latch onto that will help you motivate and push, whether it's a quote, whether it's an image, whether it's a memory, whether it's an inspirational talk, whatever it may be, a song, use that, man, and try to push yourself to not just be another trier, but to be a doer and to be someone that you're proud to walk around with every day, because you're gonna, whether you like it or not, you're with yourself. So make it count. I can count to 50, and that is how many comment forces we have done. Thank you to everybody for being a part of it. Honestly, like, this show doesn't exist without you. This channel doesn't exist without you. And I think, we get in the grind of like making the videos and the news and talking Nintendo and playing the games, but when I step back, I'm like, wow, we really do have such an amazing community, and that has been the focus and will be the focus, and you're going to have real cool opportunities coming up to be an even bigger part of the channel, and it starts with the shirts and with the Discord. So go enjoy those. Have a fantastic week, everybody. Thanks for being a part of this 50 episodes and running, not stopping anytime soon, baby. Keep those comments coming. We will keep the content coming, and until next time, everybody, thanks so much. We love you all. Switch Force out.